Hi, this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast, where CEOs, COOs, and business owners share strategies for better success. This is 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best strategies are concise business advice. And so we're going to get right to our guest today. And in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi there. Thanks for having me. My name is Liz Illig, and I own multiple businesses. I have 10 actual businesses, 6 brick and mortars, and 4 businesses in the digital space. So my expertise is really delegating, work-life balance, and really having a strategy behind doing that.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to your insights. So, question number 2, what's the best thing about being a business leader?
I really think one of the best things about being a business leader is being able to be the visionary of your company or business. Really being able to look at your business from a high level and create the strategy to grow and scale your business.
And it really does take quite a serious vision to make that happen, but not only the vision, but you have to implement it all, right? To make it
Yep,
happen.
exactly.
So question number 3, I hear from other leaders that a lot of times their people strategy is far more challenging than their business strategy in running their business. Your thoughts?
I definitely think that people are very dynamic. They each need different strategy than an overall business strategy. So I really think that the people strategy is one thing that I really laser focus, because my whole method to my business growth has been delegation. And if people aren't happy and people aren't satisfied with your company culture and all of those things that are really important, then you don't actually have a solid business foundation, especially if you're the one being able to delegate the work out.
Very well said. All right. So question number 4, what strategy would you like to share with other business leaders today?
All right. So my biggest thing is it goes back to the people. It's listen. Listen to people. Don't do all the talking. Hear people out. And I actually think when you hear people out in full transparency, whether it's good or bad, you actually can build better people strategy and business strategy because you hear from others, and that you can also be sympathetic to people, and just that just shows such a value that as a leader that you care about your people and people want to be cared for.
Well, and really that's the way we learn. We have to hear others. We have to learn from others. And we can't learn if we're not hearing, we're not getting information in.
Right.
So,
And I think sometimes too, as the expert or the CEO of companies, we sometimes get in this zone of like, we know how to do this, so follow the rules, follow this company culture and things like that. But every person is unique in a company culture, and so it is really important to hear people out, understand the dynamics, understand what you're dealing with per se, to be able to make really good decisions on behalf of your company. Because I always think too, I have a lot of employees, and I always think about this, that like the buck stops here, right? Like I'm the decision maker, but yes, I might be the decision maker, but I like to get involvement to be able to make a better decision. And that takes me listening to people on different layers and really looking at my org chart and encompassing everybody within the company to make decisions of what feels good. And I tend to be devil's advocate sometimes too, because it helps people think outside of the box. And when I need to delegate work out, I need people to understand how I would handle things from the top. And based on that, they need to be able to understand how to work within situations for the company culture and what I would do on leading the company.
well, and really that's the whole process of grooming and coaching someone so that they're able to step up and take over and do things, so
Mhm.
that that they not only know what the decisions might have been, but why the decisions were made, so that they know for future reference, and they can direct and take over.
Completely.
So question number 5, I hear from, sorry, I got lost there. We'll cut that out. All right. Question number 5. What other successful business owners, CEOs like yourself, would you like to maybe acknowledge, do a shout out to, or you think would be good on the podcast?
Yeah, so I actually have 2 business partners. I have 2 online courses in the digital space, and I've partnered with these individuals because they're amazing people and they're really, really good leaders. One of them is Bella Vasta, and we own Pet Care Team Training, where we actually have a digital course, and we teach pet sitters and dog walkers how to train their staff and be able to delegate work out. And then also the other one is Danielle Mora, and she's one of my business partners. And we created an online course to help people start their freelancing careers or start their businesses.
Awesome. Yeah, we'd love to connect with them and get their insights as well. So that would be great.
Well, and I think the power of that is like linking arms with other amazing leaders and being able to bounce ideas off one another is I find a lot of value in that.
Right. Well, and that's the whole purpose of the podcast, is get people's insights and understanding so that we can learn from each other. So question number 6, just kind of a final fun question. Tell me about one of your favorite past bosses.
This one's a very interesting one. As I started reflecting on this, at the time, I didn't think this person was a good boss, but I actually mirror this boss a lot, as now I'm the owner of many companies. And he listened to people. He would always hear people out. He never really got under people's skin. He let people kind of figure it out on their own. He didn't act like this man that like had the power at all. And we would always have like employees not doing their jobs and things like that. And I always looked at him and I'm like, I wonder why he's not doing anything about it. They're not doing their job. Right. And because I'm so type A personality, I look at that and I'm like, they need to do their job. They need to be held accountable. And I never understood that being a worker for him. But that's actually a lot of my methodology now, is letting people learn, really having a teaching moment with people and being easy on people, because I really, really care about people. And this boss did exactly that. So looking, back in time, I'm like, whoa, I'm kind of mirroring his behavior. And at the time when I was his employee, I didn't understand it and I didn't get it.
That's a great story, though, because often, time does change our perspective of different things, and not only time, but, different situations, then we can reflect back and learn from it. But, going back to the previous thing that we talked about, being open to learn from others and listening to others, obviously you were open to taking those experiences and learning from them and using them in your daily lives, which you do now. So
Yeah,
that's a great story.
and I really just feel that is literally me today. And I just didn't understand it at the time. But looking at it, it was a really valuable lesson that I learned through it all.
That's really cool. Well, it has been great having you on today. Before we go, can you tell people how they can maybe connect with you?
Yeah, my website is lizillig.com, and I also live on Instagram at liz.illig.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you do take a little time off, but hopefully people will connect with you as well.
Thank you.
Well, this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast. And for more insights, you can follow us at Weaver Business Coaching, find us on LinkedIn, and of course, listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. And we wish you all the best success.